Hello spooky friends, and so this video is going to be 5 Christmas horror films that you need to check out. Alright, so the first one is 1974's Black Christmas, aka Stranger in the House. Now this one has had several remakes, all of which were not very good. Rotten Tomatoes gave this, the 1974 version, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 71, and I wouldn't have even given it that. It is about, it's winter break at a sorority house, and strange phone calls begin. Then people start to go missing. Then people start to show up dead, and no one realizes just how close the killer really is. And it turns out he's like some weirdo dude that's up in the attic of the sorority house, and he's making these calls. And when he calls them, it's not like heavy breathing or porn calls. It's like this weird gibberish. It's really, really weird. The acting is terrible. The storyline is good. However, the storyline for that time period, I'm sure, scared the crap out of a lot of young people, especially young girls that were in high school that babysat to earn some money. And the guy's voice, like when he would talk and he would speak the gibberish, like when they would answer and stuff, is just really creepy. Just, yeah. The movie does have some creep factor. I will give it that. It does have some creep factor in it. Jeez Louise. It's not really gory. Not a lot of slashing and dashing. Yeah. But, it's worth a watch. It's a Christmas horror film. If you're in the mood, why not check it out? It is available on Pluto TV, but I have not been able to find it on any other streaming devices. And it was on Amazon Prime for like ever and a day, and now of course it's gone, and you probably have to pay extra to watch it, which I'm not gonna do, but you might want to if you want to check it out. So that is 1974's Black Christmas. And then the other, I know one remake came out actually in 2019. There was the remake, and then one came out in 2006 as well as another remake. Like, they just won't let this movie die. They just keep remaking it. I found a gem just on a whim. I made a poem. 2017's Better Watch Out. Now, in that title, you're thinking, oh, it's a Hallmark movie, yay. No, it's not. And that's what I thought. I thought, man, this is going to be cheesy and stupid, but I was really bored, and I thought, hey, why not? So Rotten Tomatoes gave this film 89. I think I would agree, actually, with Rotten Tomatoes on this film. It wasn't all that bad. It wasn't all that good, but it wasn't all that bad either. So, let's get to it. So, college-bound Ashley decides to babysit one last time with the couple she's babysat for the last 4 years. 12-year-old Luke and his buddy Garrett decide to play a prank on Ashley. But Ashley gets the last laugh. I'll just say that. The acting is terrible. The movie is dragged out. It's slow as all get out. Minimal blood, but the storyline is awesome. I love the storyline. Don't want to talk about it because I really don't want to give this one away. I think you really should watch it. It's excellent. I believe I watched it on Prime, I want to say. I didn't write down what I watched it on. Shame on me. But you might try Prime or Hulu, maybe Netflix. One of those three. It's on one of those three. And definitely give it a watch. It is really good. It really is. And it's a major plot twist at the end. I will say that. And then by the end of the movie, you're like, oh my gosh. Like, you're just in shock by the end of the movie. I will say that. All right. Next up is 2015's Krampus. Rotten Tomatoes gave Krampus 67. So Krampus is when a little boy loses his Christmas spirit, it unleashes Krampus, an ancient demon. The boy's family has to come together and beat the evil spirit. I don't have really a lot to say about Krampus. I know there's a lot of Krampus fans out there, and so I don't want to be a negative Nancy or anything, but I just really wasn't all that impressed. And that's just my opinion, but I just thought it was really boring and disappointing. I think they could have done so much more with it than what they actually did. But you can give it a try if you want to. It's coming up on the FX channels. There's like 3 of them. On December 11th, I believe, is when it starts. And then there's like some different dates. So if you get the channel FX and you want to watch Krampus, there you go. If you try to watch it on like Amazon or one of them, you're going to have to pay extra to watch it. Don't do it. All right, so next up we have 1997's Jack Frost. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 7. I wouldn't have even given it a 7. It's horrible. It's god-awful. And there was a... I think there was actually a sequel to Jack Frost, but I haven't seen it yet. But I think I read that somewhere, that they actually did a sequel to this horrible movie. So, serial killer Jack Frost is in a bizarre accident and gets transformed into a mutant snowman who continues his killing spree. The movie is corny, cheesy, bad acting, boring, effects are horrible, minimal blood, and they tried to add some comedy, but failed miserably. I mean, it's not even like smile-worthy comedy. It's just like, oh, when is it gonna be over? This is painful. Yeah, very disappointing movie. The effects are so cheesy. Oh my god, you guys, it's awful. So, yeah, I'd have to agree with Rotten Tomatoes on that one. Terrible movie. If you're really bored and you just want to watch a Christmas horror flick, then I would say, hey, why not? But you're gonna be disappointed, definitely. All right, let's move on to the number 5, and one of my favorites. It is 1984's Silent Night, Deadly Night. This movie actually had a sequel as well that I have seen. It came out in 1987. But the first one is, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 44, which I would have to disagree with Rotten Tomatoes on that. It deserves way better than a 44. And by the way, interestingly enough, this movie, and I believe it is this Saturday, which would be December... What is the date on Saturday? Oh, I don't have my calendar up. Anyway, this Saturday, Silent Night, Deadly Night will be on Turner Classic Movies. Can you believe that? Holy cow. I have this movie on a DVD. It came with it's a DVD that has a bunch of different horror films, and this movie was on it, and I was so excited about that. Anyway, so a kid watches his parents get killed by a guy dressed like a Santa Claus. He ends up getting raised in an orphanage by nuns, but ends up becoming a killer toy store Santa. And the acting, what would you expect from a movie like this? It's okay, the acting. There's a major plot twist at the end. The slashing is total slasher film. It really is. I mean, it is a total slasher film. I love it. I love it. It is corny, and it's got some cheese in it, but it was done so well. And it's a cult classic this time of year. So I highly, highly recommend you watch Silent Night, Deadly Night. I don't think it's on any of the streaming series right now. I haven't looked it up, but I imagine that if it is, it's one of those you're going to have to rent it and pay some extra to watch it. But you won't be disappointed if you pay the extra to watch it. I'm telling you, it's that good. I was not bored one time during this movie. And it's a cozy film for me. I could sit and watch this movie over and over and over again and still enjoy it. So, Definitely give that a watch. Silent Night, Deadly Night. And like I said, it is coming up on Turner Classic Movies. I'm so excited but shocked at the same time that they would show a film like this, but they are. So that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize for the loud background sound, but they are doing yard work out where I live. They're blowing up leaves and it's really making me angry. Anyway, so I'm going to end the video here. So thank you so much for watching, and remember, stay spooky, my friends, and Merry Christmas.